Hello, welcome back to my DireWolf 20 tutorial series. So, in the last episode we worked on our AE system, and we're going to spend some time improving the system in this episode. So, I'm going to try to bring all the items from the chest into the network. And if you can see, there's just a slight delay between when I click on these things and when they go in here. And that's a little bit annoying for all the items I'm going to have to move. And also, if you remember, I said a 4K storage device could hold 63 different types of items. Well, I've got 55 right now, and I'm nowhere near done putting things in the network. So we're going to have to make some more storage cells. But I also want to make a way to put things into the network without having to shift-click into the interface, because I cannot control shift-click items of the same type into the network from my inventory. That's a little unfortunate, but there's some limitations to AE. So we're going to work on a precision import bus, and the precision import bus will allow you to take items into the network from an inventory. So I can take things from a chest, say, or from my inventory, dump them into a chest, attach that chest to the network with the precision import bus, and it'll pull everything into that chest. And it does it quite quickly. There's different kinds of import buses. There's the basic import bus, the fuzzy import bus, and the precision import bus. The basic import bus just takes in items one at a time, and it takes in all items. There's no filtering. At least I don't think there is. The precision import bus has filtering. You can say what you want to import, but that's not the reason I want to use the precision import bus. I want to use it because it can take entire stacks of items at a time. So, if I only did one item at a time, it'd be really slow to get everything into the network. So I don't want to do that. And the precision import bus, it's not too difficult to craft. We need a basic import bus and a basic processor. And the basic import bus is cable, iron, an ME interface, which you haven't seen, but which is going to be very important for AE, and a sticky piston. The ME interface is iron, cable, glass, and a conversion matrix. And you've already seen the conversion matrix. But I wanted to show you something else. I wanted to show you just a little bit about how much I love the auto crafting system, because we don't have to go and craft all those things. What we need to do is tell AE how to build this and put the items into the network. If we do that, it'll build it for us. So if we go over to the pattern coder, we're going to look up our, because I already had that, our precision import bus. Basic import bus, basic processor. Now, most of these things I think you can shift click from NEI. There's just a few things that we can't, but if we run into a problem, we'll make a block later on to tell us what the problems in the network are for crafting, called the crafting monitor. And when we have that, we'll be able to know what's going on in the system. Alright, I know we need a basic import bus, so let's talk how to make one of those. It needs cable. Well, how does it make cable? Tell how to make that. Cable needs Fluix dust. Tell how to make Fluix dust. Okay, it can make cable now. Let's see if it can make ME interfaces. Sure, we can tell it to make that, but ME interfaces require conversion matrices. So how do you make a conversion matrix? Okay, it should be able to make the ME interface now. Sticky pistons. There's a new recipe for sticky pistons where you can use raw rubber and a piston, or you can do the classic recipe of the slime ball and the piston. We can farm raw rubber, so I think I'm going to use this shaped crafting recipe rather than the vanilla recipe. Alright, so you can tell how to make a piston as well. Oh, okay. Now here's an important one actually. We don't want to shift click this one because this requires planks. And if we use these colored wood planks and we don't have any of those colored wood planks, this is not going to work. This pattern is not going to work. So if we go back to our pattern, our encoded pattern, and we shift right click, that will erase our pattern and we can try again. So let me go get some actual wood planks, some oak wood planks I know I'll have, and we'll use those for our pattern instead. So, alright, let's see, here we go, oak wood planks. Okay, so we can shift click the pattern here. I'll just erase these things and I'll put the oak wood instead. And now we'll encode the pattern. That's how you make a piston. Okay, and the rest of it is pretty much vanilla. We could tell it how to make oak wood planks from oak wood if we want. I'm not going to do that right now, but you know, later on I probably will. Maybe I'll use a machine to increase my planks. There's a sawmill machine from Thermal Expansion that you can use to get 6 planks of wood rather than 4 from a piece of wood. So we might use that later. And as you can see, I dug a big hole in the floor and I put my ME system down in the floor. It's just I don't know, I like it a little bit better down there. It's fine either way. I took out the old patterns. I wasn't sure how many patterns I'd need for this, but there's that. So it knows how to make precision import buses with a basic import bus and a basic processor. That's going to be a problem because we have to cook basic processors. We'll see how to solve that problem a little bit later. It knows how to make basic import buses, which require cable and interfaces and sticky pistons. It knows how to make interfaces and cables and sticky pistons. So it should be able to craft this for us. The only thing we're going to have a problem with is it does need a couple of basic processors. So let's see what happens when we try to make this device. So I right click on the access terminal and I go to the craftable items and I want to craft a precision import bus. And I click begin and it's not going to get me a precision import bus. I already know it doesn't have the resources, but right now we have no way to tell what resources it needs. So let's see if we can make that crafting monitor I was talking about earlier, which will show us the problems with the crafting. So the crafting monitor requires glass, iron, a cable, and an ME basic processor. Let me go grab my quartz cutting knife and the silicon. Okay, let's see here. Cable, quartz cutting knife. I'm not seeing the silicon, but I'm pretty sure it's in here. I do have a basic processor. I guess I don't need the silicon. Okay. We'll have to know where it is, though. I need glass and iron and whatever else it is I said. That's it, glass and iron. So I think the iron's in the network actually already, but the glass I have right here. And if I can search for iron, I've got some. So, crafting monitor. I'll have to go to a crafting table, obviously. Alright, now the crafting monitor does need to be attached to your network somewhere. For now, I think I'll put it right here. And you can see it's synced up with the network. So, the crafting monitor, missing materials, it doesn't have glass, it doesn't have nether quartz dust, or nether quartz, basic processors, raw rubber, oak wood planks, or cobblestone. That's what we're missing in order to build what we want. And this is what it's going to try to craft to make this thing. This is what it's currently making, or this is what we're trying to make, and this is what it's trying to make to get those things. And it'll show you what materials are missing, what it doesn't know how to make or get, or, you know. So if we left shift click, we can cancel that job. So I've told it, never mind, we're going to figure this out a little bit better. So let me see, why don't we try that one more time. Let me see what materials that we're missing. So we need to put iron in the system and raw rubber, or cables. We could put cables in the system too. Now I don't know how many cables it's going to need, but if we put cables and iron and glass back in the system and oak wood planks, it might have an easier time crafting some stuff. Now there are a few problems in that if it thinks it can craft something, it's going to try to craft something sometimes even after you put that same thing into your network. So I put a couple of ME cables in there, but it was already going to try to craft them. So if it's missing something that you craft, it is sometimes better to cancel the job and start again rather than try to let it keep going. So what's it trying to do now? Well, it needs raw rubber for the sticky piston. It needs more iron ingots, some basic processors. It needs quartz and nether quartz. So let's get it some raw rubber. And let's get it some quartz and some nether quartz and some nether quartz dust. So I guess I'm going to need to put some of this into the pulverizer. We're probably out of nether quartz dust, but I'll put this stuff in here. And since I put the rubber in here, it is no longer complaining about the raw rubber, but it needs more iron, it needs more cobble. Alright, well, I saw we had some pulverized iron in here, so why don't we go cook that up? And I'm going to go upstairs and use the induction furnace since it's going to be so much faster. Just need a few pieces. That should be enough for now. I'll put the iron in here. And I'll put the nether quartz dust in here. Alright, we need cobblestone and we need 2 basic processors. Alright, I'm still going to need that silicon. I guess we'll just... Where's my nether quartz dust? Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and cook up 3 more silicon. I've got my quartz cutting knife. I need gold, I need redstone, and I need cobblestone. So we're going to get the silicon. We're going to put the cobblestone into the network. I'm going to take some gold. You know, if you don't have a full stack, if you right click, I think I told you before it was half a stack, but actually it's either half a stack or half of what's left when you right click. So I know I don't think I need glass actually. I think I just need redstone. Alright, go back to my table. Okay, 2 basic processor assemblies. And I will go and fire these up. 1, 2. Come on. Item ducts have quite a startup delay at times. Okay, so I will... Uh-oh. You see that? I can't put it in the network. The orange color means there is no more room for any new types of items in this drive. So I am already using 63 of 63 types. There's more storage space left. I can stick more of those types in there, but I cannot put any more different types. So let's take out this pulverized obsidian and put in the basic processors instead. It also crafts things it doesn't have, so... Alright, hang on. Okay, there we go. So now I can put that in there. Look at the crafting monitor. Currently crafting. It's not crafting anything. Did that mean we got our precision import bus? If I go to the right screen, maybe we'll see. Look, it did. It made us a precision import bus. That complicated product that would have had to go to the crafting table multiple times and make multiple things, we didn't have to do any of it. It did it all for us. So, let's see if that's going to help us out. I'm going to take some stuff out of here. And I'm going to grab a chest. I don't have a good chest, but I've got a chest, and that should be fine. So, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put the precision import bus here, and I'm going to get my crescent hammer. So I can adjust it. Alright, so the precision import bus. It is active with a redstone signal. You can change that. You can be always active or active when there's no redstone signal, with a redstone signal, once for every time you get a redstone signal. So, and here's the important thing for us. I want to move stacks of items, not single items. So, when I start sticking this stuff into the network, when I Control-Shift-Click, that is so much easier than what I had before when I was clicking all the items into here. Alright, that's a pretty good start. We did some more auto crafting and we have a way to put things into our network. Now unfortunately you saw I already ran out of space for my item types, and I didn't even empty one chest. I didn't even get everything from the ores chest in there. Actually there's some food in there too, but didn't put everything in there yet. So I'm going to go off camera now and craft some more space for our device. When we come back, I want to show you one more thing. This was completely full when I started. This is just the AE network. It has drained, 1.4 million redstone flux just doing AE in about 25 minutes. This energy usage will completely kill our power if we don't do something. So I think what I'm going to do so I don't get rid of my machine's power is I think I'm going to make a magmatic dynamo and put it over here, and I'll use some lava to power just the network for now until we get our MV solar array. And that's how we'll use the power for now. So I'm going to go off camera now and get the items we need for that and make some places to put the storage, move the items to the network, move all of them, and I'll be back when I do that. Okay, so I thought we'd finish up by showing off the magmatic dynamos from thermal expansion. It's an engine like the steam dynamos, but they run on lava rather than water and coal. So it takes a redstone transmission coil, redstone and silver. It needs 3 Invar ingots, redstone, and 2 Invar gears. So instead of copper, we're using Invar here. Invar around iron is an Invar gear. So there we are, 1 magmatic dynamo. Now, since we've got such a problem with the AE system, and you can see it's pretty much empty right now, we need a better way to get power. So I stole this Ledstone energy cell from the farm since I've got just tons of wood right now. And I've got a switch over here to turn it off and on. So it's on right now. It's giving it power, but I can turn it off if I don't want the network to have power. It's a little bit easier than having to go and change the side. So we're going to put our magmatic dynamo here. And I'm going to put my tank here right on top. And I think I can just click. Yeah, I can. So I can turn it into output mode. It'll put 4 buckets in here, and it'll generate power. And it'll just go into this cell. Input side blue, output side orange on the top. But you can see it's only taking power in. This is only generating 80 redstone flux per tick. And since this is a Ledstone cell, it's only transmitting 80 redstone flux per tick. So we've got these hardened energy cells, or hard energy conduits, not the best, but that's okay. So now if I need power, I can click that switch, and you can see where it's pretty much even now because we're generating as much as we're taking out. So if we go back up here, it was fully red, now it's red-orange. 80 redstone flux, you know, it takes a minute to charge up, but it should be sustainable like this. And we have an easier way to turn off the power if we don't want AE sucking up all the energy. Now, the other thing we could have done is we can take this Ledstone cell and go upstairs to our energetic infuser, and yes, we can charge the Ledstone energy cell in the energetic infuser. So that actually is probably a superior solution to just using the magmatic dynamo. But I did want to show you the magmatic dynamo so that you can see just another engine, another thing from thermal expansion, and we'll probably end up getting several magmatic dynamos and getting some lava from the nether so that we no longer have to generate charcoal or dig for coal. You know, we have a basically limitless energy source in lava from the nether once we get everything in there. But the energetic infuser is nice in that if we ever run out of power for our AE system and our items are stuck in there, we can take one of the Ledstone energy cells or any energy cell, stick it in the energetic infuser, charge it up a little bit with the power it'll already have stored up because it's got a little internal buffer, so it should always have at least 400,000 redstone flux just sitting there. So we'll always have a little bit of power in case we lock ourselves out of our items, which no power, no items, no access to them. They don't go away, but you can't take them out of the network if there's no power. I also wanted to mention every time you put items into the network or take them out or put them in this chest and they get sucked out by the import bus, that takes power too. So everything in AE is about power. That's why it uses so much power. But I think we actually have enough stuff to craft the medium voltage solar array, so we'll actually probably do away with this whole thing and use the MV solar array to charge this. I know the low voltage solar arrays have had problems where we haven't had enough power, but I think the medium voltage solar array will be good enough. And now that we have our AE system to do some auto crafting, once we get some more resources, and I mean still a lot more. You saw previously how many things we needed just to make 6 more low voltage solar arrays just for one medium voltage, and we need 7 more medium voltage ones to make a high voltage solar array. So we're still a ways off from that, but once we get that, we're going to have just tons and tons and tons of power. So let's see here. It looks like I'm going to take this lava off, put it back in input mode, and it will not take the lava out of here. To go in input mode, the tank would have to be on the bottom, and it's not. So, but I'm going to turn the lava off. The lava generates plenty of power. It'll keep generating it. We're going to fill up this energy cell. and at that point it should stop. But we've got plenty of power right now for the system. We can turn it on and off when we want to. We have an alternate way to get power to it if we lock ourselves out of our items for lack of power. And next episode, I will be constructing the medium voltage solar array using the AE system. I already made the patterns for it, but we were running a bit long on time, so I went ahead and just made the magmatic dynamo, showed you a couple other, some alternatives. There's more than one way to do things when you have the mods, so it's kind of nice to see the alternatives. So, okay, signing off for now. See you next time.